going on, everybody? So got the little Ranger drug up here, about to get started on it, see if we can get the motor mounted in here. But before we do that, I just want to say thanks to everybody that's been watching the videos and subscribing to the channel. The past months did pretty good on my channel. The video with the neighbor and my C10 and a couple videos I did with Hot Wheels. Them 3 videos there have done pretty good over the past month. So if we can keep that going, then maybe in the next few months we can start dumping a little money into these things and actually do something. So we gained over 2,000 subscribers just in the past month. I usually gain 150, 200 a month, so that's a pretty big jump. Hopefully we can keep it rolling a little bit, and like I said, next few months we can probably start dumping a little bit of money in these rigs. But yeah, let me try to get these factory mounts out of the way. I don't know if they're bolted in from the back or what. I might have to cut them off of there, we'll see. I need to get that exhaust and all out of the way. And then I need to get the 350 drug over here. Got the heads laying right there. I'm just gonna set them on it for now. And then I got a Turbo 350 laying over there on a tarp. It don't belong to me. But I'm gonna use it as a mock-up because that's what kind of transmission I'm gonna go with. Hopefully it don't freaking rain on me. It's kind of dark over that way, but it looks like it's moving around. It's been raining literally every day for the past couple weeks. Not flooding all day, but you know, it'll flood for about 30 minutes to an hour and then it quits. But by then everything's freaking soaking wet and I get tired of working in the mud. But anyway, let me quit bullshitting around and get started on this thing before it does come a rain. Alright, well, looks like they're bolted in. This one probably won't be too bad, but this one over here, it's got all this crap in the way. It's probably gonna be a pain in the ass. We was able to get them both off of there. The passenger side one here, I was thinking there for a minute I was gonna have to cut it off, but luckily the old wobbler here got the job done, barely. As you can see, she was digging into herself. If that bolt would have been a little bit tighter, it probably broke that rig. But we got our junkyard motor here. I just put these old TBI heads on it for now, just for mock-up. Depending on how my money looks, whenever I get this thing ready to go all together for good and get it running, I might try to find some Vortec heads or something, because these are just TBI heads and they've been laying there in the dirt being rained on for the last few months anyhow, so we might try to find something a little better than these. But I found my little fancy thing here, that way I can, you know, angle the motor whichever way I need to as we go in with it, because we ain't got a lot of room there, so we'll have to go in and be able to flatten her out and angle her and all that good stuff. And this thing here will help me do that. So I think she's ready to try to sit down in there. I do need to whack that exhaust off and get it out the way. Got the exhaust out of the way. While I was down here, went ahead and sliced that lip up and flattened it out. Give us another inch of room all the way over anyhow. The only thing that might get in the way now is maybe that linkage. But I'm about to try to put the motor down in here now. It's a tight fit, but she's going down in there a little bit at a time. Definitely wouldn't be able to do it if I wouldn't put this on there. If I'd have just had a chain on it like usual, yeah, I might have been able to do it, but I would have had to put the motor in there at a big angle, set it down, and rehook the chain, all that good stuff. It would have been a pain in the ass. This right here definitely comes in handy with you ain't got much room to work with. Just like I figured. Daggum linkage is getting in the way. So let's see. I guess I'll just cut that son of a bitch off there. Oh, screw it. I'm just gonna cut it. I don't think this is gonna work anyhow. I can always get a cheap floor shift put in here anyhow. Ain't no big deal. Well, that's what it looks like sitting in there now. It would probably clear the AC and heater box and whatnot, but we're gonna do away with all that junk. And then over here on this side, got the clamshells hitting the steering box. But I was planning on taking these clamshells, you know, and just cutting them off right here. So basically it's just a flat plate. That way I have something. This already got the mounting holes and stuff drilled in it, because I ain't even got no freaking drill that's worth the crap. I don't think it's gonna be too bad of a fit though. we'll have enough room to get us a radiator and stuff in there, I do believe. And like I said, we're gonna do the headers out right here. I have been thinking about it. Might go down through here right here with the exhaust and then come out the bottom of the fender right here or something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes once we get there. It's starting to rain now and I'm about to starve to death, so I'm gonna go inside, get cleaned up and get me something to eat, and I'll tackle this again tomorrow. Alright, so it's the next evening. Got our clamshell motor mounts cut out. This is what it started out as. I just cut out that little plate there so I'd have something that's got the bolt holes in it already. And got a square tube in here. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bolt these back up on there, and we'll get the motor where it needs to be at, and then we'll cut this to whatever length's needed, and I'm just gonna weld these square tube into this, and then from there we'll weld it to the frame. It'll be a solid mount. There won't be no rubber or nothing, so it won't have no give. She'll be mounted pretty solid, but I ain't really worried about that. As far as the transmission mount, we'll probably have to make one for that too, but I got another piece of square tubing a little bit smaller than this I can use to make a trans mount with. Freaking been dealing with this crap for the past freaking 30 minutes. Finally got it daggone broke loose. Daggone thing freaking caught something and jammed. Locked that mug on there stupid tight. I didn't think I was gonna get it off. Alright, so we got a little dilemma here, trying to figure out where I want to set this thing. The problem is the steering shaft right here. I wish I had a set of headers that I could, you know, put on this one side anyhow, so I could figure out where I need to set the motor at. I might have to go over that way to the passenger side a little bit and come up. That way I have enough room to do the headers. I'm gonna use shorty headers and I'm gonna flip around so they'll be coming out. You know, I'm gonna have the exhaust either coming out the side of the fender or running down there and coming out. But I need to make sure I got enough room between the steering shaft and the daggone cylinder head. I might just end up mounting the motor kind of high. I mean, if it sticks out the hood, who gives a shit? We'll cut a daggum hole in the hood if we have to. We'll get it figured out. We'll figure it out, daggum it. It ain't gotta be perfect. All I need it to do is sit in here and they can go down the road. Alright, so got this little 1x1 piece of square tube. Just cut it off and set it between the frame rails for now. Just something to set the transmission down on. And then when I get ready to mount it, I'll get a piece of flat bar to put on here and drill a hole in it. Alright, so I got her dangling pretty close to about where I want it to sit. I think I'm gonna go back a little bit further. Only thing is it's hitting on the AC box and all right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and knock that out of the way, or at least cut that corner out of the way for now, just so I can go on back with the motor. I'm gonna try to go on back a little bit more, maybe come up just a little bit. But as you can see, even right there, I think we'd probably have enough room for the some headers, some shorty headers to clear right there. I just want to go on back into that corner a little bit more on this side. Once I get rid of all that stuff, there'll be plenty of room over here for headers, and then manual fuel pump, there'll be room for that, and then accessories and all that, there'll be plenty of room. And as far as a radiator, if I have to, I can cut this out, or you know, put one up in there or something. And then distributor, looks like we'll have plenty of room for that. So now I'm just gonna figure out if I want to come up a little bit or go back down. Get that figured out, and then we're gonna start doing some cutting and measuring and welding. Maybe I can get it. I can't see shit. Can't see nothing, and obviously I didn't get it cleaned off good enough. I'm welding grease. Definitely didn't get that cleaned off good. Welding grease and rubber. And the chain is unhooked. It is in there. It's being supported by some janky ass mounts. I ain't gonna show you up close or nothing because they look pretty shitty. They're just tacked in there. I gotta weld them all the way out. I'll pull the motor out and do that. All I have to do is unbolt them bolts and she'll pick right up out of there, and I can weld it all out. And then whenever we get ready to put a running motor in here, we can just drop it back down in there and bolt it up. And you're probably wondering, how do I know I got the motor straight? And pretty much my eyeballs, that's what I use. I use my eyeballs to get it lined up. And of course I got a little tape measure out there, which I don't know, I think the tape measure's wrong, because I did some measurements and stuff didn't look right, but it looks right by my eyeballs. So we're gonna go with my eyeballs and not the tape measure, because you know that makes sense. But she's sitting in there, so I guess the next thing we'll do is pull this motor back out, weld all that up. Need to find a transmission, and then I got a cam I'm gonna put in here. We're gonna use this short block. I'm gonna try to find another set of heads. It depends on what my money's looking like when it comes down to getting this thing ready to put back together and get it running. But maybe I can find some old Vortec heads, or even some old double hump heads or something like that. Be better than these dang things. Now it might not be sitting in there exactly perfect, but I made sure the transmission was centered anyhow, so that's all I'm worried about. But it is what it is. It's not the prettiest in the world, which this is something I'm building for myself. I'm not doing this for nobody else. You know, if I was building this for somebody else, I'd take my time with it and try to make it a little nicer. But seeing that I'm building it for me, I don't care what it looks like as long as it functions. I think this is the main thing, is getting the motor mounted. You know, the rest of it will be the easy stuff. And I'm pretty sure we'll have enough room for headers and stuff. If not, then we'll make room. It'll all be downhill from here. I still gotta build a transmission mount, but that ain't no big deal. That probably won't take me but 30 minutes to do that. That's easy to do there. But at least we got this part done. I reckon I'm about to end this one off here. Daggone mosquitoes is getting bad out here and it's hot as hell, so I'm gonna go in and get me a shower and kick back and relax. Y'all just like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Happy 4th of July. I'll see y'all in the next one. Later. Yeah, this is basically what it's been doing every day. Just flooding its ass off. It usually does this for about an hour or so. But by the time it quits, freaking everything is soaking ass wet and muddy as hell.